The International Bar Association's Human Rights Institute requested the immediate and unconditional release of Abdel Fattah Soltani, a lawyer and the co-founder of the Defenders of Human Rights Center in Iran. A new chain of protests organized by the International Organization to Preserve Human Rights in Iran have been held against the death sentence of Mohammad Ali Taheri and the violations of his basic rights. These protests were accompanied by a number of Dr. Taheri's followers. Protests had been held in Berlin, London, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal and Hanover. In the coming days, more protests will be held in front of the European Parliament, the European headquarters of the United Nations, as well as New York in front of the United Nations. Zainab Jalalian, a political prisoner, has been imprisoned for the past 8 years, and despite her eye condition and the lack of medical attention for her condition, she has recently been prevented from having her weekly visitations in prison. Nilufar Ardalan, Iran's woman futsal team player, who was prevented from entering the international games by her husband who took her passport, said that for the love that I have for football, I even gave up my dowries, but my husband wanted more than this for the return of my passport. Narges Mohammadi, a political prisoner in the women's unit of the Evin prison who suffers from muscular paralysis, was shortly returned back to the prison after being transferred to the hospital, despite doctors strongly advising against the transfer to the prison. A number of officials of the Ministry of Education in Tehran have reported that after receiving their pay slips for the month in September, they realized that 2,000 tomans have been deducted from each of their wages in order to help the people in Yemen without their consents. Furthermore, Nima Hosseini, a civil rights activist, was arrested in the city of Urumia and was transferred to the Urumia prison in order to serve his imprisonment sentence. On Sunday, the 27th of September 2015, 27 years old Mohammad Reza Fayouji, the youngest son of Ali Fayouji, from the city of Kahnaj, was hanged in the Bandar Abbas prison. Sohail Arabi, a prisoner sentenced to death, who recently had his death sentence cancelled, has been sentenced to 90 months imprisonment and 2 months religious studies to prove his regret. During the past week, at least 6 prisoners from the Sistan and Baluchistan province were hanged in the prison of Yazd. Reports indicate that Jafar Rostamirad, a civil rights activist from the city of Astara, was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment. Following the same report, on Thursday, the 1st of October 2015, he received the reason for his sentence, which was on charges of destruction of government properties, more specifically, the signage panels on the roads. Saeed Abedini, an Iranian-American priest, is once again being interrogated in the prison in order to press new charges against him, and he's currently under a lot of pressure. Mohammad Mehdi Nekounam, the son of Mohammad Reza Nekounam, who is currently in the Evin prison, was summoned to the Qom Special Clergy Court. Following prison officers not being able to provide a safe environment for the political prisoners, Mehdi Karoubi's advisor, who is also the spokesman for the National Trust Party, broke his head for the second time. Additionally, Ismail Gerami Muqaddam recently lost all his vision. Furthermore, a very valuable Qajar house in Alami of the Udlajan neighborhood was destroyed by the bulldozer overnight with the excuse of being unsafe. This incident took place despite the fact that this entire neighborhood has been nationally registered. Masoud Arab Chubdar, a security prisoner in Rajai Shah prison, was taken to the hospital due to his seizure.